generally, I've listened to all the callers, and what I've been able to ascribe to, you understand, or let me say subscribe to, is the fact that we Nigerians, some of us are the problems of the kind of leadership that we have today. We have so many that are, sentimentally attached, some based on ethnic, tribal, religious, and all those things. And that is why we are where we are today. Until we become sincere, until we have sincerity of purpose, and that will bring about that nationalistic attitude, being nationalistic. If you look at America, you see every average American will say, God bless America. You understand? So we have not been able to foster that kind of unity amongst ourselves. And what many Nigerians forget, those that are sentimentally attached, is that these politicians, they are together. You understand? No matter the tribe or whatever, that we, the common people, that we are creating it as a form of division. So they are together. And now coming to the solution again is we need a form of reform, talking about electoral reform, until the process is just. You understand? So now, instead of, I want to round up by saying this, because I'm just juxtaposing all these things together. Nigerians need to, if we want to protest, what we need to do is that we should be strategic. You understand? Like going to the National Assemblies, the House of Assemblies, and we should be able to get this orientation on how to recall every lawmaker that is not doing well. So whatever we want, particularly the electoral reform, you understand, so that our electoral process can be very free and fair, so that we can get the right leadership in place. Until that is done, forget Nigeria. I'm telling you, Nigeria is not moving anywhere. May God help us to do the right thing. Thank you, Sage, for giving me listening here.
Thank you so very much. Yes, well, that's exactly what we intend to do on the show. Like I said earlier, we've heard experts speak for months on end. They tell us what they think is wrong with the country. They prefer solutions to the best of their ability. Of course, they are experts. For every issue they highlight, the best thing for them to do is to prefer solutions. But who best to describe their experiences, if not the person who's experiencing it? And that's you and I. Which is why today we decided to open the phone lines and make it all about you. Talk to us about your experience as a Nigerian, a citizen of a country that for 64 years have experienced independence. I understand all of the many things that played out under our colonial masters, and it's unfortunate that after escaping the claws of our colonial masters, in a manner of speaking, we are now victims of neo-colonialism, a conversation that we definitely are going to have one day on the station. The concept of neo-colonialism and how it has continued to thrive in the country Nigeria. Talk to us. What is the Nigeria of your dream? What exactly is stopping Nigeria from being the giant of Africa that it is always known to be? 0913-6000-410. That is the number that you call. Hello, good evening. All right, please call back if that was you. I apologize. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome. If someone asks, colonial rules and what we have now, which one is better? Because if the colonialists are doing us now, we may have all the infrastructure or uninterrupted electricity. I think they would have put so many things in check that there will be no corruption. Election will be okay. So what are we talking about? The type of leaders we have now, in fact, they are serious conundrum. And they are not ready to change. They are not ready. The same thing that happened in those states. I'm sorry for PDP. Any of their states that left now, if there is subsequent election, APC win there. But Buhari was it doesn't interfere. Before the election, we predict their experience. And it will go like that. Problem of Nigeria not pray is praying. People go and pray, God bless. America, they say God bless America. There's too much gap between you and them. Africa had a president choosing who is succeeding. Or a governor. I don't know whether I've seen a governor of any state in America. How they look. Are they rich? How many of them are being accused of corruption after leaving the state? How many of them own houses in Dubai? Our hope, our problem here is greediness, wickedness, lawlessness, nepotism, tribalism. That is the problem. And when you talk about people say proper, is it today we have a proper solution? Tell me any government if you are not in power that will listen to you. No matter how good their plan or solution, they will trash it. They will never. Because people are supporting them. How can you support somebody that enjoys the country? The idea of supporting him. I don't want to use.
Thank you for calling, sir. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah,
introduce yourself, please. Tell us your name, so we
okay.
know you.
I'm a community from Sᴛᴜᴜ.
All right.
Yeah. If by end of the tenure of the president, if he's able to change the constitution, where we can have nation whereby every job we have to control the own, and then we have a prime minister in the center. I think the problem of Nigeria is constitution, not the politician. If you watch it very well, okay, look at this. The Labour Party, they were starting after. Somebody won the election through the Labour Party. It caused river. He now moved to APC. Can you imagine that? Move to the SPC, they were calling evil party and this and that. They are the same thing. The only thing we are praying for now is we have change of constitution in Nigeria. That means we have a federal government. We are able to take care of ourselves in the Western region. Eastern will take care of themselves. Southern will take care of themselves. And not only they are hard-working people, they take care of themselves. Then there have been 80 competitions in this country. But the president is here. Forget our deep politicians. It should not respect any from them. And then concerning the scarcity of food, I think we should go back to land. In those days, those who have money, they are in Lagos. They send money down to the interland there. They will invest in the farming. So when they invest the crops, yeah, somebody who sponsors the farming there will take a high percentage. The other thing will be that is how we have a lot of food now. We have very good land. We don't have problem concerning those. Apart from insecurity, if you are able to finish kill all these animals that destroy our farmer all over the country, then we can go back to land. But constitution is our problem, not this politician. It's constitution. If we have in your constitution that will hit them in the neck. But presently, all of them are the same.
Thank you.
Look, don't be surprised that tomorrow Obi will tell you that it's now it's gone to 80. They are the same thing. Look at that. Somebody 88.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for calling. If you notice, I'm allowing an extension of conversations because, like I said, it's all about you. I really want you to establish the point that you're making. Some people say it's the Constitution. Some people say it's the leaders themselves. Others say it's the Electoral Act. Some say it's we, the followers, we're the ones responsible for the position we're in right now. What is the cause of all of our problems, and how can we rectify these problems? I understand that there's no one size that fits all. Each distinct problem requires a distinct solution. So whatever issues you're highlighting, by all means accompany it with the appropriate solution to the problem. How can we achieve the Nigeria of our dreams? Or better still, what is even the Nigeria of our dreams supposed to look like? I'll pause on the phone calls for a bit, take a few messages we have here on WhatsApp. We have greetings to you, Sage. As for me, every sector of the economy has collapsed, and due to failed political selection from the wrong people who have no idea, and also the lack of idea in what they are appointed to do as the government or ministers. Everything is not working because of bad policy and tribalism. The economy of the country is sinking down lower and lower every day. Please, Mr. President should bring back fuel subsidy, because the government is supposed to subsidize for a citizen of the nation so they can grow and stay good in the economy. Thank you. My name is Dumpy. Dumpy, thank you so very much. Another message here says, happy birthday, Mainland FM, and thank you for the opportunity for us to air our views. Of course, why can't they use the billions of naira that they used to refurbish the refineries to build the damaged roads around the nation. Now another embezzlement will come from the 30 Days Youth Conference, which no country can ever waste their taxpayers' money for, a meeting that would not yield good fruit to the nation. What we need is urgent emergency for our economy to grow, rather than this 30-day conference that will take billions of naira away from our pocket. It's a pity that the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Please let it be fast forwarded to 2027. Thank you. My name is Daniel. If only time works like that. But thank you so very much for your insight. Another message here reads, good evening, Sage. What differentiates us from Nigeria of old, the Nigeria of our dreams, are quite numerous. It starts from the politicians, to corruption, to the ethnic division and our religious divisions. In the past, it wasn't so. Today, look at our judiciary, look at INEC, look at our security agencies. You find it difficult to find honest ones. Before, it was by merit. Today, it is who know who. Before, it was what you can do. But today is how much you can bribe to get a contract. Sage, how many will I talk about? Today we have a president that hears the cries of the masses and probably laughs to sleep. God will deliver Nigerians in Jesus' name. Benjamin from Shogunle, thank you very much for your insight. We're still taking contributions via WhatsApp. Good evening, Babalola. The big elephant in the room is the politicians that ensure votes don't count. Recall what happened at Edo. Until electoral reform ensures that INEC does not have the right of discretion to collate results in any manner of their choice, religion and tribe are of less consequence. Chima from Surulere is the author of that particular message. Don't forget that we're live on social media, and you can definitely drop your submissions on our streaming platform, either on Facebook or on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Very quickly, we have a message here on Facebook. At Ondakaide Samuel says, the truth is that the Nigeria of today is bigger than what a particular group of tribe can even govern. Let us try another way of government, especially regional government. That is the opinion of Atonda Samuel on how we can achieve the Nigeria of our dreams. Of course, it is worthy of note that unfortunately we now have more secessionist action in the country. The call for division have heightened over the last couple years, and of course I'm not going to pin it on one administration. This is something that has been going on for years and years on end. We see heightened call for separation, but analysts, experts, even those at the helm of affairs have told us that a division is not what we need at the moment. Why don't we join hands together, join our resources together and make the country great? We have northern Nigeria that supplies us with agricultural products, for example. Most of the natural resources that we have in the country are somewhat domiciled in the northern part of the country, right? We have the eastern Thank you. We have in the eastern part of the country resources as well. We have, for example, in Imo State, the largest gas deposits in the nation. And for a country that is looking to diversify our energy source, gas is something that we've been talking about. Why can't we harness the gas that we have there? In the south, we have oil. Oil exploration is going on, although there's still conversations about the way we've been exploring this oil and the damages it has to the environment. Another conversation that we must address. In the south, we have a lot of academia is something that is quite common here in the southern part of the country. Human capital. We have Easterners who are very big on entrepreneurship, a culture that has really caused thousands of young people to have vocations. Formal education is not for everyone. That's a fact we've been able to live with. And so we have a lot of people that are now learning handiwork, and idle hand is the devil's workshop. So it's quite interesting that we now have a lot of young people that are learning vocations. Well, sadly, we have less people who are interested in vocational training, and we have a high increase in crimes in this part of the country. So we know what the problems are. How can we start to solve this problem little by little, starting from we the people? That's basically what I want to hear you tell me when you call or when you send a message. The Nigeria of our dreams, how do we achieve it? Don't forget, we're about to segue into another conversation. But before we do that, of course, I would like to take one more phone call, and then we move to the second conversation that we have for you this evening. We're going to be talking about how we've been able to manage the infrastructures that have been provided to us. I'm talking about our roads. I'm talking about our electricity, our power grid, for example. I'm talking about our dams, amongst other things, especially in light of the recent flooding and the mortality figures that have been attributed to the flooding. I'll take this phone call, we take a break, and then we segue to the next conversation. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes.
Good evening. Is that my line, sir?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Good evening.
Go ahead, please.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
my own contribution is that the problem that we have in the country is just because tribalism not allowed to go forward, corruption not allowed to move forward. There are many things that will hold Nigeria back. For instance, now we say we have president. This one now, our president, is going up and down, using our money, utilizing our money. He doesn't even have an idea of anything because he doesn't know anything. He just jump into that place and want to be the president. Is that how the president is supposed to govern the nation like this? Look at a big country like this, just go into a mess in the name of president. Which kind of president is this?
Thank you.
Which country can be able to bear what we are bearing here? There's no country can take what we are taking here.
Thank you.
This is rubbish.
All right, thank you very much. We appreciate you for your insight. Well, I did promise that we are going to segue to another conversation at 4:40 p.m. We're going to talk about our infrastructure, how we've been able to manage it. And all of this is as a result of the recent flooding experienced in the country, the thousands that have been displaced, the thousands that have died, thousands of farmlands washed away, thousands of investment flushed away, simply because we've not been able to take care of the infrastructures that naturally are meant to safeguard the lives and properties of the people. What role do we play in this, and what policies should the government put in place to ensure that we get the best, or we're able to harness the infrastructures that we have in the country? I'll take a brief break. We'll bring on our guests for that conversation, and then we open the phone lines once again to have you opine on these matters. I'm Sage Babalola. You're listening to the Situation Room on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Don't go anywhere. The conversation will continue.
Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't touch the dial. 98.3 FM. Don't touch the dial.
Me Akinyode and Said Fuad on Midweek Politics.